Hi guys. Hi everyone. How are you all? Okay guys. So as I stated, just a second. More. So guys, firstly, thank you very much for yesterday's live. We really got a great response, and I must say, guys, that was a huge success. Um, we undoubtedly, I believe we actually covered a lot of whatever we could cover, and it was a complete 2 hour tour at Shilparama, which we full-fledged, you know, just enjoyed and also showed all the arts and crafts and all the museums that were there in Shilparama. I'm sure you would have also enjoyed by watching it. So yeah, and if you're watching my channel for the first time, then I would request you all to go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell icon for all notifications. Okay guys, so as I stated, happy Monday. As you all know, the ritual of our channel is motivation, right? Okay, so why delay? Let's go ahead. This is about a boy, a little boy, and his father. So one day, what happened was this little boy, basically, he had huge temper, guys. He used to always get so much angry. So what his father did was he told him, "Okay, do one thing." He actually got a bag full of nails, and he told him, "Do one thing. Every time you get anger and every time you lose your temper, just take a hammer and take a nail and go into the fence, go back to the fence and hit on the fence." Okay, so every time he gets angry, he has to take the bag of nails, go back to the fence and start hitting on the fence with the hammer. That's what his father stated. Then, okay, he agreed to it, that little boy. And what he did was he took the bag, okay, and he went back to the fence and he started hitting all the nails on the fence, guys. Well, on the first day, he hit almost like 37 nails. Can you imagine? As in then the days were passing on, the the number of nails that he was hitting on the back of the fence actually reduced gradually. First it was 37, and then next it was 25, and then it went on decreasing gradually. And finally, when he understood that, okay, he is able to hold on his temper, on his anger emotions. Once he understood that, okay, he is able to handle the anger, right, about his temper, he thought it's easier to stay calm than to hit those nails on the fence, because that is even more harder, right? Then what this kid did, once he understood that, okay, he's able to control the emotions, control the anger, he went ahead and told his dad, "Dad, look at this. Well, I understood that I'm able to control my emotions and I'm not getting anger and I'm not losing my temper anymore." For that, his father stated, "That's a very good job, my dear son." Okay, and then he stated, "Okay, do one thing, just come along with me." And then he took his son along with him to the same fence where he asked him to hit those nails on the fence. Then, by looking at the fence, his father stated, "I'm glad that you now have control on your temper. You now have a control on your emotions. Do one thing, go ahead and just remove those nails from the fence, as you say that you are able to control your anger, right? Just go ahead and remove all those nails that you have hammered it on the fence." Okay, for that, the kid says, "Okay, dad." And then after a few days, so he starts removing all the nails, whatever he hit on the fence, right? With the hammer, he goes ahead and he removes all the nails one by one, one by one. After a week or so, he finished removing all those nails that he hit with the hammer on the fence. Then later, what happened, guys? Well, he finished. Then he approached his dad and said, "Dad, I finished removing all the nails and now there are no more nails in the fence. Just come and look at it." And for that, his dad said, "That's a very good job, my dear son. I'm really proud of it. So now you are able to remove the nails from the fence without losing your temper. And I'm really glad that you are having a hold on your temper now. But I have a small question. When I got you into this fence, into this area, do you remember the fence was completely closed? But now, if you see, there are holes in the fence, right?" Then for that, the son stated, "Yes, dad, there are holes." So for that, his father stated only one thing, guys. "See, my dear son, just like our words, even this. Once said, you cannot take it back. However, you have removed the nails from the fence, but if you see, there are still holes made in it which cannot be covered at any how, right? It cannot be covered automatically, right? Unless and until we do something else for it." Exactly, that's what his father stated. This is not the right way, dear. Just remember one thing. Okay. So what his father stated was, whenever we are in anger, right? Whenever we are angry, we leave a scar just like that hole in the fence to someone. How? So for example, you just put a knife on a man and draw it out. Undoubtedly, they will start bleeding, right? It won't matter how many times we apologize, we say sorry. The scar will still remain the same, right? Guys, the wound would still be there. A verbal wound is as bad as a physical one. So, as you understand, the moral of the story is very simple, guys. Whenever you are in anger, whenever you lose temper, do not lose a word, because words are equivalent to swords. Once said, if you, even if you try to take it back, it would be really difficult, because once you have created an impression, it wouldn't go as soon as possible, right? It's nonetheless like a scar. Exactly. Just like a physical one, it's similar to that. So before you let out your words, ensure that you are not hurting someone else. That's what I wanted to say. And I hope you like this story. Also, I want to say one more thing, guys. It was a real great journey yesterday, and all the live sessions, it was really going very well. So thank you very much for that, and I hope you like today's story. It's all about a hole in the fence. That's nothing but a verbal wound which is as bad as a physical one. Okay, so I hope whenever you lose temper or whenever you are angry, do not let out the words, because once said, it's difficult to take back. Undoubtedly, once said, it is as bad as a physical one, because it will leave a scar in the heart and in the mind too. So with this, thank you so much, and stay safe and stay blessed. Bye. Okay, guys, so just let me check. Okay, so now that I see people are gathering, I wanted to continue with another story, guys. I'm sure you would have heard about this, right? But I want to reiterate, because this is something which I really love, and it's very close to my heart. This story is very close to my heart. So one day, what happened was, there was a person who tried so many times in accomplishing a task. Okay, he was so low, he wasn't going forward, and he thought, okay, how many times do I actually have to try? Is there a count for it? Then you know what, guys, as per studies and as per the statistics or studies, do you know, this person actually tried 4,000 times in order to accomplish a task. It's none other, guys, it's you, me, and everyone. Yes, as per studies, it is proven that when we were toddlers, We took around 4,000 times in order to stand by ourselves. Yes, guys, undoubtedly. We took around 4,000 times to stand by ourselves. So, by this, we can understand, right? It's never the more. For example, if you say, I have tried 10 times in order to accomplish a task or to get succeed or to fulfill a given task, it's nevertheless. So always remember this, guys. When we have done in this way, that is 4,000 times in our toddler age, can't we do it now? It's all about our determination to do something and to achieve something in our life. So what I completely agree with it is, the moment you don't give up on what you are doing, it's okay, go ahead, do it, continue, but never ever think that okay, I'm done, probably there are no more further chances for me to do, probably this is the end. There is no end, guys. Every end is a new beginning. Efforts never die. So if you actually see what is an end is efforts never die. Always remember this small philosophy, guys. Okay, I'm not getting too much into philosophy and all, but what I wanted to convey is, Mondays are always my favorite. Not just because we see a lot of people saying, okay, we have Monday blues, or we're not sure how to continue on Mondays. But trust me, Mondays are those days which actually give you a lot of boost to continue and to have a wonderful week. The rest of the week is decided by the behavior of ours on Monday. If you keep your Monday, as in not exactly Monday, but if you keep the first day after the weekend in a very positive way, then it goes on for the rest of the week. That's what I believe in. And trust me, you also try to do it. Just keep the first day after the weekend, the very first day, try to be as composed as possible. Be optimistic and be energizing. Do not get into negative thoughts. Try to be positive as much as possible. And remember this, nothing would go to end. As I said, end is effort never dies. So whatever effort that you are putting in now will eventually give you an outcome, guys. But don't always saying, okay, what is the outcome, what am I going to get out of it, then it will become difficult. Undoubtedly we get to visualize whatever you're doing. Visualize how will, how am I going to feel it, then undoubtedly you will have a great outcome. And be optimistic. The reason why I'm saying be optimistic is, in the current situation, if we keep thinking about the negative stuff, then it is very difficult for us, because we will not be able to look beyond, look ahead. So the only way that we can continue the current situation in a positive way is by being optimistic. And as I just stated about the hole in the fence, if you see, what did his father say? His father clearly stated that only if you could control your anger and do not let out those harsh words, then probably you wouldn't, you need not regret later. So in that story, what the kid did was, when he lost his temper, when he was having a bad temper, of course he got a chance to go and hit those nails in the fence, to hammer those nails in the fence. The very first day, he hit around 37 nails. So by that you can see he was so much in anger, and he wants to remove, he wants to let out all the frustration. But guys, whenever we let out all the frustration, remember this, if we are letting out to a person or to any living thing, or even to, it can be anything, guys, the more and more if we feed in with the negative affirmations, the person whosoever is taking it, right, they will be broken at one or the other point of the time. Undoubtedly, it can be your sibling, it can be a spouse, it can be anyone, can be a parent, anyone. Whenever you're in anger, do not shout, do not let out those harsh words which will actually leave a wound in, it can be in the heart, it can be anywhere. My only suggestion is, stop yourself when you're in anger. Stop yourself. Now you might ask me, how can we control at that moment? Okay, if I want to shout out loud and just vent out the frustration, what should I do? Very simple, guys. You can actually get into a closed room, shout out louder, or just stay calm, close your eyes, take a deep breath, or count numbers 10 to, like, 0 to 10 or 10 to 0. Try to take deep breaths. Take deep breaths. The reason why I'm saying take deep breaths is because we are actually inhaling and exhaling. In that way, undoubtedly, there's a lot of pumping, right? Oxygen, and in that way, the oxygen is also supplied to the mind and it calms down. The moment we start shouting, yelling at people, we are unnecessarily inviting all those uninvited health issues. Don't you agree with me? Tell me, guys. If we shout so loudly, or if we start yelling at people, if we start throwing all the harsh words on people, what do we get? Nothing. But probably you might feel at that moment, okay, I'm feeling better. But just imagine later on, whatever you have shouted, right, all that would be put on the health, on a health basis, and health will start getting deteriorated. That is not the right way. My only suggestion is try to stay calm, keep yourself calm, composed, mainly when you are in anger, when you think that probably you're going to lose your temper. The best way is keep yourself calm and take a deep breath. If possible, just take a deep breath and hold on like for 2 or 3 seconds and then leave it. The reason why I'm saying is, if you're taking deep breath, you're actually allowing the oxygen to pass on to the mind, to the brain, and it feels relaxed. If instead of that, if we start shouting and yelling, trust me, we are not just throwing out the harsh words on the opposite person, we're also hurting them, creating a wound just like a physical scar, and we're also affecting our own health by inviting the uninvited guests or uninvited health issues. It can be high blood pressure, it can be diabetes, it can be heart, the heart related issues, what not, guys, everything. Just like that hole in that one, right? As I said, in the fence, remember only one thing, guys. In life, if only you had a chance to vent out the frustration, the best way is just calm down, take a deep breath, and analyze. Do you have any positive outcome out of it? If your answer for that is a yes, think again, guys. Just think again. Because if you say yes, I'm sure it's not a long term happiness or whatever. But if the answer is no, then just hold on. Because you see, now it's pretty simple. Just because of if the opposite person is shouting, we need not shout, right? And if you're very much angry, we need not shout and vent out the frustration. We can stay calm. If you're not able to stay calm, or if you don't want to face people or shout, walk out from there, take a couple of minutes, take a deep breath or drink water, and try to calm down. Because I'm actually saying, guys, there are so many issues now around. What I have seen is people out of frustration, out of bad temper, they're ending up shouting at the opposite person and leaving a scar, making it a wound. It's as equal to physical scar, right? So my only suggestion is, just like the hole in the fence, remember, once a hole is created in the fence by hitting on a hammer, by hitting with a hammer on it, if you unplug, if you remove the nails from that fence, right, that gap will still stay, right? That holes will still stay. So it's no way that you can cover it up unless and until, if you think, no, I'm going to cover it up with cotton or with whatsoever, but it won't be the same like before, right? So before you say something, before you let out your frustration, just remember, it's a verbal wound is as bad as a physical one. So I hope you got the message, and stay safe, stay blessed, and once again, do not vent out the frustration when you're angry. The only best possible way is just calm down, take deep breaths, and drink water, or that's the best way, okay? So this is today's Monday's motivation, guys. I hope you liked it, and do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for all notifications. Stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.